Hello, English learners, and welcome back to the Real English Podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emily. We're so glad you're tuning in today.
Today, we have a really important topic for our advanced listeners.
That's right. We're calling it the empathy upgrade.
Exactly. We're talking about how to validate complex negative emotions.
Yeah, like when a close friend is going through a tough time.
Right? People often just say everything happens for a reason.
Oh, I really hate hearing that. It feels so dismissive, doesn't it?
It really does. Sometimes we just want to be heard, right?
Good point. We want to avoid those overly positive clichés.
So, what's a better way to handle these sensitive moments?
Well, it takes careful word choice and a good sense of tone.
Exactly. This is why it's perfect for an advanced lesson.
You need precise language to offer genuine comfort without sounding fake.
This skill is incredibly useful for real-life connections.
I completely agree. It builds trust with your friends and colleagues.
Are you ready to learn some better ways to respond?
Let's jump right into our vocabulary preview to get started.
Let's look at our first word, platitude.
Platitude.
What exactly is a platitude, Emily?
It's basically a very overused, boring statement.
Right? Like saying everything happens for a reason.
Oh man, I really dislike that phrase.
Same here. It's meant to be helpful, right?
Yeah, but it usually just feels completely dismissive.
Exactly. It just shuts down a real conversation.
Ready for the second word? It's validate.
Validate.
This is the main focus of our lesson today.
Yes, it means making someone feel heard and understood.
You're not always agreeing with them, right?
Good point. You just accept their feeling is real.
Have you ever felt really validated by a friend?
Yes, when they just listen and say that sucks.
That's honestly the best response most of the time.
Let's move on to our final word, prescriptive.
Prescriptive.
What comes to mind when you hear that word?
Well, it sounds like a doctor giving a prescription.
Exactly. It means telling someone exactly what to do.
Or telling them exactly how they should feel.
Right, which we really want to avoid doing here.
Why do you think people do that so often?
I think people just want to fix problems quickly.
True, but sometimes we just want to complain, right?
For sure. Sometimes we just need a listening ear.
Now, let's see these words in action. Up next is the dialogue.
I'm just so frustrated with my manager today.
That's a shame. What happened with him this time?
He completely canceled the new marketing project this morning.
That's really awful, especially since you worked so hard on that.
Yeah, I really did. And he didn't even apologize.
That's incredibly annoying. What exactly did he say to you?
He just gave me an empty platitude, saying every cloud has a silver lining.
Wow, that really doesn't help you out at all.
Exactly. It just made me feel completely dismissed. I really don't want positive quotes.
I totally get that, and it makes complete sense that you're angry.
Thank you, Liam. I just need someone to agree that this situation is terrible.
It really is a terrible situation. I completely validate why you're so upset today.
I really appreciate that. It feels much better to just admit that things went wrong.
Definitely. Because you don't need a highly prescriptive plan to fix your career right now.
Exactly. I'm not ready for step-by-step advice yet. Why do people always rush to fix things?
That's a great question. I think negative emotions just make people incredibly uncomfortable. What do you think?
Good point. It's much easier to give quick advice than to just sit and listen.
Yeah, it really is. I'm always here to listen if you need to complain.
Thanks, Liam. Do you want to go grab a coffee and talk about something else?
I would absolutely love to. Let's get out of the office for a little bit. Welcome back to our language takeaway section. Let's look at the vocabulary from our dialogue.
Yeah, we heard some really great phrases today. These words will help you sound much more empathetic.
Exactly. Sometimes it's hard to know what to say. Have you ever said the wrong thing to a friend?
Oh, absolutely. I used to give advice too quickly. Our first word today helps explain that mistake.
Right. Let's talk about the word platitude. We heard the phrase, an empty platitude.
That's right. What does that actually mean, Jack?
A platitude is a nice statement with no real meaning. It's overused and usually not helpful.
I see. So saying, everything happens for a reason, is a platitude?
Exactly. It doesn't really help the person who is hurting. In the dialogue, we called it an empty platitude.
That makes complete sense. We want to avoid empty platitudes. What should we do instead?
We should try to validate their feelings instead. That's our second important word today.
Right. Validate. We heard the phrase, completely validate why you're so upset.
To validate means to show someone their feelings are reasonable. You're telling them they have a right to feel bad.
I love that. It's so powerful to hear that. How can we use this in daily life?
You can say, I completely validate why you're angry. Or just say, it makes complete sense that you're angry.
Oh, that's a great alternative phrase. It feels very supportive. But what about giving advice?
We have to be careful not to be too prescriptive. That brings us to our final word today.
Yes, prescriptive. In the dialogue, we heard about a highly prescriptive plan. What does prescriptive mean here?
It means telling someone exactly what they should do. It's like a doctor giving you a medical prescription.
Right. And people don't always want a strict plan. They often just want someone to listen to them.
That's so true. Try to avoid highly prescriptive responses when friends are sad.
Good point. These words are perfect for our advanced learners. You can find all the details in our lesson notes.
So, how do we actually sound supportive when someone is struggling?
Right? We want to avoid giving them useless advice.
Exactly. It's really hard to know what to say in the moment.
That's why we need some strong phrases ready to go.
Yeah, what's a good way to start?
Let's look at a phrase to replace those unhelpful clichés.
Good idea. Instead of saying everything will be fine, what can we say?
You can say, I can see exactly why you'd be upset.
Oh, I like that. It feels very comforting.
It really does. You're just acknowledging their current reality.
Right, and it works for almost any negative emotion.
Exactly. You might say, I can see exactly why you'd be frustrated.
Or, I can see exactly why you'd be overwhelmed by this.
Yeah, it's so much better than telling them to cheer up.
Speaking of that, how do we avoid trying to fix their problems?
That's a tricky one. We naturally want to fix things for our friends.
I know I do. I always want to give an action plan.
Me too. A better approach is to state your role clearly.
What do you mean by that?
You can just say, I'm not here to offer solutions.
Oh, that takes the pressure off both of you immediately.
Exactly. You can follow it up by saying you just want to listen.
Like, I'm not here to offer solutions. I just want to support you.
Perfect. It stops you from acting like a life coach.
Yeah, sometimes people just need to vent their frustrations.
They really do. But what if their reaction seems really intense?
Like if they are crying over a tiny mistake at work?
Right? How do we show that their feelings are still logical?
You could use the phrase, anyone in your position would feel this way.
That is a great one. It completely normalizes their reaction.
Yeah, you could say, anyone in your position would feel exhausted right now.
Or anyone in your position would feel a bit lost after that news.
It really helps them feel heard without judging them at all.
Definitely, these small language changes make a huge difference in relationships.
Now that we understand how to move past prescriptive platitudes, let's listen to the advanced dialogue one more time to hear exactly how to validate difficult emotions.
I'm just so frustrated with my manager today.
That's a shame. What happened with him this time?
He completely canceled the new marketing project this morning.
That's really awful, especially since you worked so hard on that.
Yeah, I really did. And he didn't even apologize.
That's incredibly annoying. What exactly did he say to you?
He just gave me an empty platitude, saying every cloud has a silver lining.
Wow, that really doesn't help you out at all.
Exactly. It just made me feel completely dismissed. I really don't want positive quotes.
I totally get that, and it makes complete sense that you're angry.
Thank you, Liam. I just need someone to agree that this situation is terrible.
It really is a terrible situation. I completely validate why you're so upset today.
I really appreciate that. It feels much better to just admit that things went wrong.
Definitely. Because you don't need a highly prescriptive plan to fix your career right now.
Exactly. I'm not ready for step-by-step advice yet. Why do people always rush to fix things?
That's a great question. I think negative emotions just make people incredibly uncomfortable. What do you think?
Good point. It's much easier to give quick advice than to just sit and listen.
Yeah, it really is. I'm always here to listen if you need to complain.
Thanks, Liam. Do you want to go grab a coffee and talk about something else?
I would absolutely love to. Let's get out of the office for a little bit. Listening to that again, Liam did a really great job.
He really did. He just sat there and listened to Chloe.
Right. He completely validated all of her frustration.
It's so refreshing to hear that kind of support.
Have you ever had a coworker like Liam?
I have. Actually, it makes a huge difference on a bad day.
It definitely does. Just having someone agree that things are awful?
Now it's time for you to practice these phrases.
Exactly. We want you to feel confident using them yourself.
So, we're going to play a few key lines from Liam.
Just listen to his voice and repeat the phrases out loud.
Try to copy his supportive tone of voice as well.
Are you ready? Let's get started with the speaking practice. That's a shame. What happened with him this time? That's really awful, especially since you worked so hard on that. That's incredibly annoying. I totally get that, and it makes complete sense that you're angry. It really is a terrible situation. I completely validate why you're so upset today. I'm always here to listen if you need to complain.
Great job with the speaking practice today, everyone.
Learning to sit with negative emotions is a really big step.
It really is. It takes a lot of advanced communication skills.
We hope these phrases help you support your friends and colleagues.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
If you found this helpful, please like and share this episode.
And definitely hit subscribe so you don't miss future lessons.
We really appreciate your support as we grow the channel.
Have a fantastic week and keep practicing your English.
Take care, and we will see you again in the next video.